Still reflecting on the emotional final moments of Squid Game? You're not alone. What might surprise many viewers is that the series almost had a much more hopeful conclusion, at least in its early drafts. Creator Hwang Dong-hyuk recently opened up in an interview with Vanity Fair about how the ending of the show evolved and why he ultimately chose a darker, more thought-provoking finale. Initially, Hwang envisioned a version of the story where Song Gi-hun survives and travels to the U.S. to reunite with his daughter, a relatively optimistic ending. When I first began casually outlining seasons 2 and 3, I imagined Gi-hun escaping the games and finally meeting his daughter in America, Hwang explained. It was going to be a kind of happy ending. But as he dove deeper into the writing process, his perspective shifted. Hwang started asking himself, what is it I really want to say with this story? What's the point I'm trying to make? He said. That reflection led him to rewrite the ending entirely. According to Hwang, the darker conclusion was inspired by the increasingly bleak global landscape. Since I completed season 1, the world has only gotten worse. Rising economic inequality, the ongoing climate crisis, mounting geopolitical tensions, and more people falling through the cracks of society. It feels like younger generations are losing hope, he said. This growing global despair played a central role in reshaping the show's ending. Rather than letting Gi-hun live happily ever after, Hwang chose to have him sacrifice himself to save a baby, a potent symbol of the next generation. He said, I wanted to show that as members of the older generation, it's time we step back from our endless greed and selfishness. We need to start making sacrifices and seriously think about the world we're leaving behind. The baby in the story represented that hope, a future worth protecting. He said, by having Gi-hun, someone from the older generation, give his life for that child, I was sending a message. This is the kind of action we need if we want a better future. So, what might the alternate ending have looked like? Hwang shared that he originally imagined Gi-hun and a few others, possibly including a baby, surviving and escaping the island. In that version, police officer Jun-ho would have returned just in time to intervene in the final game, helping Gi-hun bring the games to an end as a collective effort rather than a lone act. Ultimately, though, Hwang chose the ending that challenged viewers to reflect more deeply. Instead of offering a clean resolution, Squid Game concluded with a message about sacrifice, responsibility, and the urgent need for change. Whether audiences loved or questioned the final twist, it succeeded in sparking global discussion, exactly what Hwang had hoped for.